Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to some more Warhammer Online battles. Today we're going to be looking at the Grim and the Grave DLC for Total War Warhammer, which came out the previous week. The reason I didn't cover this at the beginning of when the embargo dropped was because I didn't really want to spam you guys. I haven't really been doing a whole bunch of Warhammer recently, so I didn't want to. I wanted to kind of give it to other people who kind of know Warhammer a lot more than I do. So I kind of didn't want to spam and add videos on top of what they're doing. You know, because if you want to know the latest Warhammer details, you can kind of just check out Air of Carthage or someone like that, who kind of plays the game a lot more regularly than me, so his kind of opinion's a lot more valued than mine. At least that's kind of my opinion on the matter. And because you saw, like, when the embargo dropped, there was like, I think like 15 videos made live by all the various different YouTubers. And I didn't want to kind of just add to that, you know. I wanted to kind of get you guys to watch people who kind of, their opinions kind of matter more on the game than mine. At least that's my opinion on that matter. But yeah, today we are playing an online battle, an ambush battle on the Grim and the Grave. This was supposed to be against the Grim and the Grave, like kind of going at it. However, I brought the right hero, which is cool. You know, I brought the Grave on his awesome looking corpse. But however, Apollo, when we were kind of deciding who was going what, Apollo was like, I've got two new generals, like what one should I pick? And he went ahead and picked the wrong one. Mainly it was my fault. I told him to pick this one because I think they both start with Arc Lecter or something like that. And when he said Arc, I was like, oh yeah, it's that one. So he picked this one by mistake, but yeah, I'll take the blame for that. So it's not quite the Grim and the Grave battle, but you know, we've got all the unique units and stuff, which will be really, really cool. And it's an ambush battle as well, which we don't get to see too many of them. So we'll run through some of the DLC units. My overall opinion on the DLC, if you guys are curious, is yeah, it's a pretty solid DLC. It adds in some really nice unique units, some cool legendary lords. Yeah, if you want to add more flavor to the game, then feel free to. I would recommend getting this DLC, as you know, it adds a decent amount to the game for sure, especially with the undead as well. I feel like it adds like a real nice effect to the undead army, kind of the way they play and stuff. It definitely fleshes them out a lot more. And obviously you can make the argument that, you know, these units should be in the game beforehand and stuff like that, but you know, that's just the modern gaming industry. That's how games are made now, and there's not really much we can do about it. So yeah, let's run through some of these units. So we've got the new units in the flagellants right here. These dudes are pretty cool looking. I don't actually know too much about the stats of the units, so I'm more going to be looking at like the aesthetics. But yeah, they look pretty crazy. They've got some, I think, some scrolls like just nailed to their chest, which is pretty brutal. And if you guys want to give me any lore on any of these units, feel free to do it, because I read all the comments. So if you guys are like, oh, this unit was sick, it did this and this, and it has this behind it, like, I'd be more than happy to read it. I'm also sad there's no like extra DLC for dwarfs yet. I'd love to see some extra units there. Then we have some Sigmar's Sons. I know these guys are actually unbreakable, I'm pretty sure. At least I think I heard that in one of Air of Carthage's videos, that these guys are actually unbreakable, which is pretty cool. Like the aesthetic on the green shield, which is cool. Then we've got a special unit of flagellants, the Tatter Souls. They just look like old people, basically. Like some old people have just escaped the home and then they're just like going on a rampage. These damn young'uns. That's what they look like to me, which is kind of funny. And if we go more down the line, we have some of the Sterling's Revengers. Are these guys actually? I think I've actually seen these guys before, maybe in the Call of Warhammer DLC. Free Company Militia. Yeah, Free Company Militia. We've definitely heard of them before, which is cool. Then behind that we have the Silver Bullets handgunners. Again, looking pretty cool. I like their rifles. Nice. And then I think this is more of a meaty units, like kind of some of more of the main units in the mod. We got the Blazing Sun Knights. Again, look at that. They look spectacular for sure. You cannot deny that, with their fire lances. And I think they also inflict fire damage as well. So Apollo has 2 units of them. They're going to be definitely a nuisance. And I think is this a normal unit of Reichsguard? Oh no, it isn't. It's a better unit of Reichsguard, the Zintelier Reichsguard. So it's a special unit. I like their demigriff kind of helmets. That's pretty cool, at least on some of these guys. This guy seems like a type of dude who wanted to be a demigriff rider all his life, and all he could get on was the Reichsguard, which is obviously a good feat, but you know, so we just got a mask to kind of help him there. So if we look at the new units for the vampire counts, which I am currently commanding, we have the corpse cart. I've got the unholy lodestone one, which just gives a greater buff to my soldiers and gives better regeneration. I think this is an awesome kind of addition to the Vampire Counts army. It's kind of more of what it's more like how it makes the Vampire Counts play a lot more like they do in the tabletop, at least kind of from watching it. I've never played the tabletop, so you know, that's a bit of a newbie like kind of outlook on things, but it kind of makes me feel like, you know, this is, you know, a lot of regeneration and buffs and stuff. That's kind of how the Vampire Counts play a lot more. So I've got one cart over here along with just some normal units. Then if we move over here, we have my general, the Grave right here, Helming Gorst, on his little corpse cart, and I love the way how it just has the zombies kind of leading them forward. But yeah, he's up here. He's got his bell as well. The bell tells for ye. Then if we go across, we have some of my unique units. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this because the Connistein Stalkers, my pronunciation is awful, so I do apologize. But I like the way they have like unique swords and stuff. They have a bit more armor on than the basic skeleton warriors. They're pretty cool. I definitely enjoy them. Then we have a special unit of Graveguard, the Sternsman. Again, just, you know, kind of a bit more fierce armor and stuff. It's pretty cool indeed, and obviously their stats are going to be much better. Then I have Blood Knights, which we already know, that's old DLC, but again, they just look beautiful, so you can't really not like them. And I think that's it. I think I have another corpse cart over here. But cool, let's go ahead and get started in this epic battle. So this is an ambush battle. You can immediately see that we're just kind of forming up. Apollo is going to cast some damaging spells right here. The Flaming Skull of Doom is just going to be ripping through my skeletons. Look at the huge kind of dent it's left. That's pretty brutal. His Flatulence are going to be forming up here and then charging me. Going to be wrecking up quite a few of my skeletons. I don't expect my skeletons to do too well over here. I'm just really looking for a Flaming Skull. That's why I love Warhammer. It's just for Flaming Skulls and stuff just going off. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting my corpse cart just to kind of help me slowly whittle these guys down. I also have a unit of Blood Knights smashing into the back of these guys. Now, I haven't played Warhammer in a long while, and obviously what I should have done here was kind of just get my Blood Knights in and out and constantly charge against the enemy forces, but I didn't. I just left them in combat, and kind of like, that's, you know, from not playing Warhammer in a while, that's probably a pretty newbie mistake from me. Then over here we have some Graveguard going up against the Great Sword, so it's going to be a fairly even match, if I'm honest. Maybe my Graveguards are going to be slightly overmatched, but they have numbers, so that's kind of good. And we can, I think we have a corpse cart around there somewhere. Some more Graveguard coming in there. Then is this the special unit of rifles? I believe it is. Yeah, the silver bullets are going to be volleying with all the explosions in the back. That's very cool indeed. The silver bullets are going to be getting some nice flanking shots. I do try and silence his soldiers running in there, but Apollo does an amazing job of getting in his great swords into the side right there to slow me down. Over on this back flank, I don't have any way of dealing with this steam tank right here. I just can't pierce it. I don't have any armor piercing, so this steam tank is going to be a real issue to me. And what I really should have done in this battle was just ignore it completely. If I ignored it completely, you know, it's going to do some damage to me, but at least my units could then be, you know, assaulting his other units, outflanking his units and stuff like that, really. The Knights of the Blazing Sun are going to be smashing down my Graveguard, along with the skeletons and the steam tank just popping off shots. I love the way in Warhammer as well how the skeletons with the Blood and Gore DLC just kind of like headless and armless and stuff, but still going into combat. I think that's really cool. Then we have the special unit of Reichsguard as well. It's just annoying. I don't really have enough swordsmen to, enough spearmen to really deal with all this cavalry. I'm just kind of trying to overwhelm it and like whittle it down. I do also have my whites as well in here going at it with the demigryphs. Oh, is this a special unit of demigryphs? It looks like it, right? Let's just pause it quickly because I missed out this special unit of demigryphs. I did. These are the Royal Altdorf Griffites. They look awesome. Look at them. I love this blue, this shade of blue. That's really nice. And then the kind of red going down. That is awesome. Can't believe I missed these guys. That looks amazing. Really does. Really does. Cool. Let's continue on this battle then, because it's actually a pretty decent battle, you know. Warhammer gets quite a lot of shit for like these short ass battles, but this battle went on for a pretty decent time. Also have my cart as well, you know, buffing up my men, giving them I think it's like something like 6 or 7 melee attack and defense, which is, you know, a pretty huge buff. So that's going to be, you know, raising the dead as well, bringing them back into the fight, which I definitely cannot complain about. as we are slowly whittling down, you know, that's the thing. We just have these numbers. We just want to overwhelm the enemy as much as possible. And in this ambush battle, it's kind of devised into like 2 engagements, one down there and one over here. And you can see my Blood Knights are getting like kind of just bogged down now. And as I said, what I should have done is just bring these guys out, charge them in, bring these guys out, charge them in. That would have been a much better, like, optimal way to use them. And I kind of just, you know, failed by doing that. They look amazing though, because I haven't really played the vampire counts too much. And I've obviously got my general up here as well, buffing the soldiers. But yeah, as I said, I haven't really played the vampire counts too much since the Blood Knights DLC have been added in. And they do look very, very nice. Some awesome music as well in the background. So I'm going to be popping some of my regeneration spells as well, I believe. And it looks like I have completely overwhelmed his flagellants over here now. And we're going to be pushing on. We've managed to cut these guys down, apart from this one unit. So this will allow my skeletons to charge down and kind of help envelop the rest of the soldiers. Got some Blood Knights going in the back of these guys. The fight over here with the Grave Guard is still going in. I also have a unit of Blood Knights in here. Again, I should have just been using my Blood Knights a lot more optimal. That's kind of looking back on this battle. That's one of the things. Even if I won or lost, I wish I kind of just used these guys better. I'm always looking to improve my game. And this was just kind of me just, you know, having like a fun battle with Apollo. Not really trying too hard, but still not even like it's just been kind of, I haven't played Warhammer in a while, so I was just like, yeah, I mean, I've never used this unit before, so just go into combat. And really, I should have used the charges and stuff. But we can definitely see down this battle line, the Grave Guard going at it with the great swords. And I would say, if we look at the floor, there's quite a few great swords on the ground. As they're just going at it right now. And again, look at this awesome battlefield. If we just take a second just to zoom out and watch this little ambush battle. Guys, you can see my general moving in right now to go ahead and help out, keep the buffs. And look at this steam tank right now. I'm just never going to do damage to it. I have no armor piercing whatsoever. It's just never going to go in my favor, really, is it? By the looks of it over here, I've managed to kind of nullify a lot of Apollo's cavalry. Like, we've kind of pretty much dealt with all these horses, which was my biggest threat on this battlefield. So that's really good that we kind of dealt with them. However, this kind of force is pretty much spent. They're still up against some great swords as well, so this battle could go either way. But I am slowly running out of men, which is not good. My corpse cart as well is trying its best to get as many men back. But this isn't going to be doing very well in melee combat, you know. So it's going to kind of almost lost this back flank. So my biggest kind of chance for victory here is if I can clean up here, which it does look like it's going in my favor. You guys just saw there as well, the balance of power is still even. It was in my favor, but it's kind of a bit more even now. Apollo using some of his Arc Lector abilities right there, which I have no idea what they do. Blood Knight still going out. We can actually watch the Arc Lector going into combat. He looks so sick. Look at that. With his 2 hammers and stuff. I can't wait until because they must add in like a DLC for orcs and dwarfs next, right? Unless they do a DLC pack next, which they could definitely do, adding in maybe like the Wood Elves or something, which could definitely happen for sure. You know, probably the next like unit pack they'll add in, they have to do orcs and dwarfs. So we might get some new, like, we'll get like Bugman's Rangers and all the like specific units for like Bugman and stuff like that, and like the rest of the dwarfs, you know, maybe some special slayers. Maybe we'll get Gorick in. Maybe it'll be like Gorick versus, you know, an Orc General or something. Like, they'll be the 2, you know, legendary lords. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool indeed. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that for sure. Yeah, look at all my Blood Knights just getting cut down by the great swords. I definitely should have used them more effectively. But I'm managing to get my men around my flank surrounding these great swords, and I don't think they're having any of it. They're going to rout from the field very, very soon. You can see one unit of 36 is already getting the hell out of there. And there's only one more unit left over here. So once I've cleaned up this little section right here, then I can kind of use my men to outflank the rest of his force. We do have some of the demigriffs with halberds. which are going to be brutal. And again, I just don't really have much to deal with these champions and these generals. Like, I should have maybe got more like Graveguard with armor piercing, definitely. I should have got like something else just to deal with these generals, so like my own champions maybe. I'm bringing in a unit of Blood Knights to try and just give my skeletons a bit more of a chance against these demigryphs. We've got my corpse cart going at it as well. We just thought this would be like a really cool like scenario type battle with an ambush and stuff, because I haven't really seen too many people do ambush battles recently. Fireball going in. Look at that, it's rinsed through my line there. That was a brutal shot right there. Some more Knights of the Blazing Sun going in. If we can get over there, apparently not. Oh, that's a shame. I wanted to see that charge up close. Luckily, I finally have some Skeleton Spearmen up against these Knights of the Blazing Sun. Finally. But you can see they're doing so much damage with their Lancers. So much damage. It is pretty brutal for me. If we look over here, though, the Arc Lector is getting pretty low now. Where is he, actually? He's here somewhere. Or is he routed? I can't even remember. Like, he's over... Yeah, there he is, right there. He's getting pretty low, and you can see my general has got quite a decent amount of HP left. But it's just these cavalry I can't deal with. It's just these steam tanks I can't deal with. You know, I'm running out of men myself. Luckily, these demigryphs, the Royal Outdoor Griffinites, do have... They sound like a sports team, you know? Something you get on Blood Bowl or something like that. But yeah, I just can't really deal with these guys too much. My best chance is just to rout them. Luckily, they are pretty low, and we are charging them down. Hopefully, going to be killing a few more as they rout away. Yeah, as you can see, I think we will at least kill one of these, maybe. But the Knights of the Blazing Sun are coming back in and just sending my warriors flying. Oh my god. My skeletons did not stand a chance right there. The steam tank's still causing a huge annoyance right now. My skeletons are just like hitting on it, and it's just not doing any damage whatsoever. And it's just blowing steam at me, burning my soldiers. Luckily, I have no flesh to burn off, so that's not too bad. And they're going to be cutting down some of Apollo's Bright Wizards. Got some Grave Guards still going out, trying to kill the Arc Lector, because I feel like this is my only way. I can't deal with a steam tank or like quite a lot of his cavalry, so if I can at least kill his general, maybe I can get some stuff to rout. Obviously the steam tank is unbreakable, but you know, if I can kill this dude, then you know, maybe the rest of his units will rout him, and I can kind of just swarm the steam tank and finish it off, because I still do have an okay amount of infantry left. He does look awesome indeed, though, as he's just, you know, just kicking my Grave Guard away. Looks pretty awesome. Pretty awesome indeed. If you are enjoying this, by the way, and want to see more Warhammer, make sure to drop a like and a comment on this video. It's something I'm kind of stirring away from, because I'm enjoying kind of playing Attila a lot more right now with all the wonderful mods coming out. So it's kind of nice to take a little break from Warhammer, you know, after playing it for pretty much 2 months straight. So let me know if you want to see more Warhammer, though, because I'd be more than happy to kind of get some more online battles, because I don't even really do online battles too much. And that was another epic charge by the Outdoor Griffins. Wow, Griff Knights, or whatever they're called. That was a sick charge, an absolutely sick charge. And again, if we look over here, I'm just kind of wasting men against the steam tank. I'm not doing any damage to it whatsoever. I need armor piercing here, and that's just something I do not have in this army, which was a real shame. The Arc Lector is actually going to run from the field now. You can see he's actually routing right now. He's broken, but I need him to die. That's the thing. So we're going to chase him down to our best of our ability. If we go back to the steam tank, you can see that, again, we're just not doing any damage to it whatsoever. It's still on half health, and my men are dwindling. As well as that, Apollo is reforming his counter charge right here. Some of his great swords have come back. His Knights of the Blazing Sun. Oh no, these are just the Reichsguard unit. The Zintel Reichsguard. My pronunciation is awful of these names. Awful. So yeah, he's reforming up here, ready to charge in and kind of clean up. The Arc Lector is shooting down his distortion spells, which are going to be confusing my skeleton warriors, sending them into a manic threat, just not knowing what to do. The Grave Guard are smart enough not to be, like, I think they might be even immune to Psychic, I'm not sure. So all I'm doing right now is just, oh no, the Grave Guard are wandering around as well. trying to regenerate some of my grave guard, my last ditch. But if we look at it, this is kind of the last like little compound of my army. The warriors, the great swords are marching now, so it looks like the Empire are going to survive this ambush battle just about. But it was truly an epic battle. Look at the death. This is something I really love that they like kind of added in, but more like blood and gore and stuff. I feel like a lot more dead bodies are now littering the field if we look at it, and especially over here, you know, like having these dead bodies just kind of laying on the ground and stuff really go to show like there was actually a battle here and stuff. Actually shows that, you know, engagements were fought in these several places and that they actually mattered. So the last kind of engagement is me just kind of chasing him down, but as we can see, I'm running out of men very quickly. The steam tank, the knights coming in are just going to kind of finish me off, and then the rest of my army are going to run. And it looks like Sigmar is going to be victorious, as the Arc Lector did rout from the field, so screw him. I mean, that's a bit of a dishonorable thing, right, that the Arc Lector ran away. But if we look at the end screen, you can see I outnumbered him by about 2,000 men. I really think the reason I lost that is just because I didn't use my Blood Knights effectively whatsoever. I could have just carried on charging and stuff. But again, me and Apollo never really play in a competition or a competitive scene. We're all just playing for fun and just kind of create these cool scenarios. Obviously, we're always trying to win with what we have, but we're never going like 100% out, you know. We're always just messing around and kind of, you know, trying to create cool battles and stuff. But if we look at it, my Blood Knights, even though I didn't really use them too well, they did a pretty good job, all getting over 100 kills. Skeleton Warriors getting cut down mostly by the Great Swords, which is kind of to be expected. Graveguard doing okay. The special unit of Graveguard did pretty good. And that's pretty much it for my army. If we look at Apollo's, the Bright Wizards obviously racking up plenty of kills. Great Swords going in, that one getting 300. The Sigma's Sons did not do too well. Not too well at well. The Knights of Blazing Sun doing good, but all his Knights doing really good. Steam Tank doing good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment. It lets me know that you want to see more of this, or that you just enjoyed the video in general. And I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.